morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. I'd like to welcome you all to the swearing-in ceremony for the re-elected members of the San Diego County Board of Supervisors. Before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the land we call home. There are communities in the San Diego region that face unjust conditions and circumstances related to the environments in which they live. The tribal nations of the San Diego region are one example of a community that has historically faced such injustices. We acknowledge the harmony that existed between the land, nature, and its original peoples, who have since endured displacement, persecution, and systemic oppression. We pay our respect to the territory and homelands of the 18 tribal nations of our region, the most in any county of the United States. We aspire to learn from Indigenous traditional knowledge and experiences in undoing the injustices of the past. So now please join me in our invocation and pledge. We will have Reverend Scott Santarosa of the Society of Jesus from Our Lady of Guadalupe, San Diego, a Jesuit parish, deliver the invocation. Following the invocation, the Chavistas, students from the Chavista program at the Cesar Chavez Service Clubs, will deliver the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand for the invocation and the pledge.
This day is traditionally the day of Epiphany, when the star leads the three kings, Los Reyes Magos, to Bethlehem. This prayer takes that feast and a poem by Christine Rogers as its inspiration. Let us pray. God of all nations, Dios de todos los pueblos, on this day of Epiphany, we ask your blessing upon the County Board of Supervisors. May we set out today like those astrologers from the East in search of hope, led forth by wonder. As you guided them by the light of a star, may you also guide us and these leaders of our county to that place we are all in need of. That place of connection, of communion, of working together for the common good. May we revere the vulnerable one who was born anew among us, in our neighbor, the visitor, the child. May we open our coffers and give our gifts, not of gold, frankincense, or myrrh, but of time, talent, of treasure. And if in a dream we are warned not to return by the old way, may we listen. We ask this in the name of all names, which is your name, said differently by people of faith, but which points to the same all-powerful and all-loving being, you, one God of all people, who live and reign forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you. Thank you. Do we have our Chavistas?
Place your right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic of which stand one nation under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now conduct the swearing in and administration of the oaths of office for Supervisor Joel Anderson, representing District 2, and myself, representing District 3. I invite Supervisor Joel Anderson to the front of the dais. Administering the oath of office for Supervisor Anderson will be his wife, Catherine Kate Anderson.
hand on it. So you guys ready?
Okay.
Awesome.
I should have done that. I
Joel Anderson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
I will support and defend
the Constitution of the
the
United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic.
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
I'll bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California.
that I take this obligation freely
I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and I will and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I'm about to enter.
about which I'm about to enter. You say, Hey,
Joel, did you have any remarks?
I do. I was going to do them from my desk.
Okay.
I didn't know I was supposed to do them down there. Want me to
Okay.
Go back down there?
As you wish.
Well, I'm here now.
Okay.
I know you're going to tell me to turn the button. I spent 4 years learning to turn the button on so you can hear me. I just wanted to take a few minutes. I started in politics in 2002 on the water board. It's been 22 years. And I just want to thank my wife, Kate. She's been the bedrock. She was getting choked up before. Now I'm getting choked up. She's been the bedrock to our family. She has been side by side with me through every dream I've ever wanted to accomplish. I couldn't have a better spouse and partner than my wife. I've got incredible children who've been so supportive over the years. Politics is 24/7 if you do it well, and people call you all times, and my kids were always patient. They always helped me achieve my dreams, and I want to thank my extended family. My sisters are here, and my friends who've always been so supportive of what I've done. And my college roommate's here, and he's been so supportive over the years. And I also want to thank my constituents. It's an honor and privilege to represent my district. And they have allowed me for 22 years to represent them. And I love my job, and I'm very vocal about it. I love it. I love fixing people's problems, and they've trusted me for 22 years to represent them, and it's an incredible privilege, and I'm so delighted to do it for another 4 years. And then finally, I'd like to thank my staff. I work awfully hard, but what you don't see is how hard my staff is working behind the scenes. My Chief of Staff, Maggie, started in my assembly office as an intern, and today she's my Chief of Staff. She, along with all my staffers, do an incredible job, not just the ones I have now, but all the folks that worked for me throughout the years have done an incredible job on behalf of my constituents. What I love most about my staff is they've always been constituent focused, and we've always put our constituents first. And it doesn't matter whether you voted for me or not, you're my constituent, we're going to take care of you. And then finally, I like to thank county staff. Over the last 4 years, I've gotten to know many of you. There's still over 20,000 I haven't met yet. But, every day that you show up and you work hard and you do a great job, it makes me look like a rock star in my district. And yes, it's true, all my mailers said I did it, but we all know that you did it. My campaign mailers, that was. So I just want to personally thank you for the great work that you do each and every day, whether I'm here or not, for the county. And I'm looking forward to working with my colleagues over the next 4 years to get a lot more done. I've got great colleagues who work awfully hard. I think that a lot of times people get confused and they think that we all represent the same constituents. We don't. And so there's some people in San Diego have a different view than some people in San Diego unincorporated, and one city over another city. And we have to be a melting pot, because I always think of it as we're in a boat together, paddling, not always to the same shore, but there's one thing that we have in common. If the boat sinks, nobody wants to swim. So thank you to my colleagues for working with me over the last 4 years, and I look forward to working with you over the next 4. Thank you.
So now I will proceed to the front of the dais, and administering my oath of office will be Linda Legretti.
Okay, well, you're supposed to wait till I tell you. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, and state your name,
I, Tara Lawson-Remer,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I'm about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you all very much. So I just want to start by expressing my gratitude to my family, especially my parents who are here with us today. I wouldn't be standing here without your unwavering support. So thank you to my mom and my dad, also to my aunts and my sister, and to my daughter and to my nephews. You're why I do this, to build a better future for you and for your generation. So I love you. I took this oath of office today on behalf of our community, a community that does not want to go back to the days when the Board of Supervisors was working in the shadows, a community that wants to make sure the county is doing everything we can to advance fairness and justice and progress, and a community that wants our board to continue being a proactive force for good. But to be honest, the only reason I'm standing here is because so many amazing people have worked so hard to make this day possible. There are far, far too many to list. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you to my amazing staff and team, to the moms and the dads and the seniors and the students, the grassroots volunteers, all the advocates for workers, and all the hardworking San Diegans who I am so honored to represent. So thank you so much for the opportunity to keep fighting on your behalf. I also want to congratulate Supervisor Anderson on his re-election. We've sat next to each other for many years, and I'd like to tell him I'm very much looking forward to serving our second terms together as colleagues. I've been a researcher, a rabble-rouser, an educator, an attorney, an organizer, an author, and after gathering a lot of empirical data during my first term, I can say with confidence that being a county supervisor is one of the most rewarding, challenging, sometimes very surprising, and always fulfilling jobs that I've ever had. And it's so worth it, because together we've been creating the change you sent me here to accomplish. It should shock no one when I say I was not born to be a politician, but I was born to shake things up. And we've gotten so much done in our first 4 years. Over the last 4 years, we've expanded access to affordable health care, so being poor doesn't have to also mean being sick. We've strengthened reproductive rights, so women have more control over their own bodies. We've passed stronger gun safety laws so we can live without fear in our communities. And we've taken bold steps to hold corporate landlords accountable for driving up housing costs and work tirelessly on solutions to reduce homelessness, because no one should have to live on a street corner. We established the region's first program to help immigrants exercise their right to an attorney so we can exercise the values of the U.S. Constitution. We fought for our environment, safeguarded our coastline, and made progress on the Tijuana River sewage crisis so we can protect our environment for future generations. And we've adopted laws to improve job and labor protections and wages for tens of thousands of working people so every San Diego family can thrive. None of this has been easy, and we fought every step of the way, but we're here and we're not stopping. The people of San Diego County have given us a mandate to continue this work on behalf of the people of our community. So over the next 4 years, we're going to continue making progress. We're going to continue combating predatory corporations that steal money out of your pocket, holding accountable polluters that take years off your life, fighting microplastics, pesticides, and forever chemicals that are contaminating our water. And we're going to crack down on the apps and algorithms that are conspiring to raise our rents, continue to expand successful programs that have kept seniors in their homes and off the streets. And we're going to keep working hard to keep a roof over people's heads to stop more homelessness before it starts. And we're going to refocus behavioral health so people can get help before they've lost hope. We're going to continue fighting so that everyone in our county can see a doctor when they're sick and get mental health or addiction treatment when they're struggling. And we're going to defend the institutions that are working, fix the ones that are broken, and stand up for people's rights who are under attack. We're going to continue championing not just economic growth, but inclusive growth, so a society as rich as ours does not leave anyone behind. We live in an area of great change and significant division at the national level. But there seems to be an emerging consensus point that Americans can all agree on. Our society is underpinned by power structures that may benefit a disproportionate few at the expense of the rest of us, and it's up to us together to demand that laws and institutions serve not the powerful but the public. This is the work we've been doing here in San Diego County, and it's the work we will continue to pursue. So no matter the road ahead, I will be here working with you as your representative and as your partner. So thank you so much for your trust, thank you for your support, and thank you for the honor of serving you. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us here today. And I hope the invited guests can join us all for a reception in Community Room 1600, located on the 4th floor. Thank you all for being here.